Great, attempt number 4. Maybe this time I won't actually make it super long. Alright, it's February 2020. And we somehow managed to find a new skip in Human Revolution, Deus Ex Human Revolution, the director's cut. Sadly, I don't think it works in Human Revolution, the missing link, because I don't think there is a laser in base version of the missing link. But there is. You can obtain a laser and get a laser in the missing link, which is part of director's cut, since in director's cut the missing link is just part of a normal story, so some of the inventory overlaps. Now fortunately laser does, and we knew that laser is kind of broken because we used it in the last boss fight in Human Revolution, and we used it to kill the last boss fight, basically shooting it through glass. And my assumption was that this laser is broken because hitting a surface with that laser causes a splash damage, and that splash damage actually manages to go through walls. Or maybe it's because that the surface is transparent. Turns out I was entirely wrong, and it's actually not causing a splash damage, at least none that I know of, maybe a small one. But what actually happens is that there is no ray termination on a distance, or at least none that I know of, and it also doesn't terminate at contact. So what happens is that you can actually shoot a laser and it will go through this wall and go through next wall and go through next wall, and it'll just continue going until, I don't know, the end, pretty much. So what you can do with it, knowing about that, is that you can, being in the missing link, that would be a normal part of a route now, right? As in, you use a typhoon here, you go up here, you go up here, and there is a room in there with a gas canister. And I was thinking maybe you could shoot it with a grenade launcher, and you can, except the issue is this gas canister is not spawned until you open this door or talk to Keitner. Both trigger the same cutscene. So what would happen in normal route is you would go in here to this tower, up, go downstairs, this cutscene triggered, and then the game asks you to choose between either gassing the lab or gassing the prisoners. But this is a Deus Ex game, right? So there are often not so obvious solutions, as in there is, I think there are 4 outcomes actually, not 2. As in, if you don't do anything and this timer runs out, I think both prisoners and scientists die. But there is additional one, which is actually you can get an achievement for that. As in, you go in here and you either destroy or move this box. Thanks, dog. You go in here, and then there is a gas canister in here, and you can actually destroy it. And destroying it saves both scientists and prisoners. So now that you know about that, now that you have actual context about it, let's find a way to actually abuse laser in here. Great. Okay, so now that we are back upstairs, what we can do now, instead knowing that the laser can go through walls, is that we can align ourselves and with this wall, like go straight to this wall, and there is this notch in here from a screw, and if you align it so it's in line with this and this, as in with this fence grate, whatever, basically where the seam is, and we aim at this seam, we can actually shoot through like 2 walls or maybe even 3 and destroy gas canister. And this actually allows us to skip quite of a significant, well, not that significant, but it's optimal, more optimal in the sense that you actually no longer have to wait for info link after choosing to gas the laboratory or the prisoners. You only have to wait for a long line in an info link, and when that long line starts playing, then you can do an Icarus fall, because in Icarus fall the next lines of an info link won't start playing until the animation of Icarus fall ends. So you basically jump during that long info link line, so that your fall ends before the info links, that line stops playing, so that everything pretty much continues as normal and there are no additional delays in between. And you go to a tower, press a button and all that stuff. Except that also, since this is a third solution, these lines change a bit, and these lines are a bit longer now. And this is not something you can actually do much about. But still, overall, from what we timed, this is 9 seconds faster than doing it the other way. So that's a new skip. Get out of the screen.